I just want to remind everyone, those of you who are watching, make sure to remember. I like just a gentle tap, just a gentle tapping of the like button, subscribe, and comment for that algorithmic engagement. If you are watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Even though you're a little bit of a freeloader, but it's okay. I said that the other day, and there were there were only a few people literally got mad at me for saying that. I was like, I'm just joking, number one, but I am saying if you want to subscribe, you can go to blazetv.com/newsny and use promo code news to save $10 when you sign up, or you can just continue watching on YouTube. I appreciate all of it, all right? Just to be clear. Okay, I want to get to this next story about, for a while, I feel like it was relatively quiet on the college campus scene when it came to all of these leftist sissies protesting anytime someone came and said something that hurts my feelings. But recently, a couple different events have taken place. First, Charlie Kirk and Turning Point were the targets of a coordinated attack by students at University of California, Davis, and the local newspaper over there, the Sacramento Bee. So the newspaper had called for a cancellation of the event, alleging, they said, Charlie Kirk called for a lynching of trans people. I'm sure you guys will all be shocked to hear that the tweet has now been deleted because it wasn't true. So there's that. But there were 100 protests that surrounded the venue, attempting to disrupt the event. They were hurling eggs. They were pepper spraying people to block them from entering. Here is a little bit of this scene. Watch. Bash Fash. One of the signs reads. Oh, good. Just breaking a little window. Oh, good. More windows broken. That's great. So it's really fascinating because you see these people. I mean, you saw the poster that said "Bash Fash," right? Fascism. Oh, we're anti-fascist. We hate fascism. That's why we want to block people from speaking. They don't understand the irony of this. I'm like, you guys are really stupid. You're just really stupid people if you think that you're the good guys and somehow anti-fascist. So I want to throw in one other story that's kind of going on concurrently here, which is our friend Michael Knowles, good friend of the program. Michael Knowles he is supposed to speak at I believe this is UPitt, so the University of Pittsburgh. And they're calling for the cancellation of Michael Knowles to come speak because, he did say that he wants to eliminate or eradicate the idea of trans in this country, right? And so there was that whole big oh my God, Michael Knowles is calling for all trans people to be eradicated and killed. No, he didn't. The point was, I don't think that trans should be a thing in this country. We should stop talking about trans anything. You're a boy or you're a girl, and that's it. Why are we even entertaining the idea that you can possibly be trans even after you're an adult? That doesn't exist. Why can we not say that? And I just wanted to draw attention to some of these petitions that student activists have created in order to cancel the event, which, by the way, the college itself has said they have agreed. They haven't shut it down yet, but they have agreed that this is very toxic stuff here that we're dealing with. So in the petition, it says, it is unacceptable and against the values of this university to allow groups under its administration and on its behalf to host events featuring individuals who wish to advance a platform of hate and transphobia to make our beloved institution an accomplice to the trending attacks that place trans bodies and humanity in the middle of a culture war fabricated entirely for political gain. And it just, I very much worry. I know we talked about, in the last segment, we talked about TikTok and we talked about these Gen Zers that are growing up with no relationships and growing up on screens. But this whole idea that you need to protect someone from speech. We need you to protect us from speech. It's too hateful. You have to protect us from it. is just, these people are going to grow into adults, and they're going to be actually like the people in charge of companies, of kids, of the country, like, and they're worried about protecting someone from actual speech. I'm concerned.
Do you know what? I'm actually not concerned.
Really?
Yeah, because nature has a way. They're actually not going to be the people that run these companies. What it's going to be is like our kids are going to be the ones that run the companies.
God, Lord, I hope so.
They will, because they are not competent. These companies are failing. You know, we've seen it with what's happening at Disney, the woke agenda there. Even very, very smart businessmen that are trying, like, kind of like buying into this. Ooh. They're buying into it. It's just not a success. It's not working. So they're having to go back and revisit all their agendas because look, the system is the system. You can try and change the system, but really, like in a capitalist system, you are going to fail. Like the only way that they will become these people that run things is if this country does become a completely communist state, because you know they can't deal with it. I mean, imagine sitting in a boardroom and having to make any kind of like tough decisions. They're incapable of doing it. And so do not send your kids to college, or if you do, please send them, like, do your research, go to a non-woke college like Hillsdale or something like that, where, you know, they actually teach kids things and they allow them to have debate. And that is crucial. Like, if you are going to send your kids to those places, then you have to really, really choose. Again, I'm afraid, guys, you had children, you got a parent. I know it's really difficult. I know you want to give it to the Netflix babysitter, but you can't.
Right.
We've got to be more engaged than ever now.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact. And here's the other thing. Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face. Those people have never had a whooping in their lives, right?
So true.
And they're still not getting a whooping right now. And so at some point, they're going to be in a bar, and there's going to be a bunch of cowboys or a bunch of like, Army Rangers, and they're going to flap their gums, and then they're going to get a dose of reality, right? The fact of the matter is we are raising men children, and we're not raising real men. And this is really a call to action for parents, and in particular, you know me, I'll go on about dads. Dads have got to step up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's really difficult with that is a lot of these companies taking the affirmative action approaches. So like white kids, it's going to be tough to get them jobs because, you know, they have to meet their racial quotas and whatnot, their gender quotas, whatever the case may be, instead of, you know, who's best for the job. But yeah, if you grow up from a young age in this society and you just grow up, do everything regular, do normal things,
Right.
you will become liberal. It is the default setting. So as these people get into college,
because they've taken the culture.
Yeah, because I mean, that's just how everything is.
Yeah.
The culture is liberal, you will become liberal.
Yeah.
So when they get to this college age, they're being thrown ideas, and like I mentioned before, they don't, you know, watch people like us too often who counter these arguments and whatnot. So they take it further and further, because when you're in college, you want to, you know, rebel against the establishment, and for some reason they think that we're the establishment, even though, you know, it's clearly we're not in control. We don't have the popular. We haven't had the popular vote in a long time. We're not in control. But
we are the rebellion.
Yeah, we are the rebellion. But they think they're rebelling. They're in college. You know, they grew up. Now they're liberal, and it's like you see this full force. You saw this. I don't know if you guys saw a video me and my buddies took of Jeff Younger at UNT, where the tranny was going crazy.
Screaming.
It's a little two of the same at all these places.
Was that a male or a female?
That was a girl trying to be a dude, I believe. But yeah, you see that at all these places, and it's just going to continue. I mean, there's no blowback. Like you saw, the school agreed that it was toxic, and UNT also agrees that it's toxic. All these major universities are agreeing with the students. But what I think the funniest part of this is the kids are trying to break down the windows, right? They pay for that. That's coming out of their tuition. You know, they're just upping their bills.
Well, their parents do. But let me make a point, Sarah, about what you said earlier about freeloading and YouTube. The truth of the matter is YouTube is the enemy, right? Like, it's something that we have to use. It's a necessary evil. But the truth of the matter is, and we don't do this, and I've gone on and on and on about this for years, about how we affect the culture. sign up for the blaze. That's how you affect the culture. You start putting money into a media entity that can actually, that is aligned with you. You might think, oh, whatever, blah, blah. But it's a company like everything else. And if you're going to go and you're going to click on YouTube, they make money out of that. Like even you think it's just one click, right? So if we start backing, if you sign up for the blaze, and this is not like a PSA or anything like that, you know, but it's, if you sign up for the blaze. All right. I just want some money back out of this. I'll be happy. But it's true because it's one of the things that I've said for years is that if conservatives invested in movies, then when you get, not that it would ever make it to the Oscars because they wouldn't allow it, but the Oscars used to be seen by 6 billion people around the world. And that really is a huge platform for influence. And I've seen this with many, many billionaires, like real billionaires, that have made their money in oil or, and they're aligned with us. They're like, well, we don't really have to get involved in media, right? But they'll want to put their name on a building in a university. I'm like, your grandchild will rip your name down off that building because they'll be indoctrinated by the culture. And I just get like, it's really difficult to get them to understand. For example, they'll put $100 million in a Senate campaign, put $100 million into a movie company, and you can change the culture.
That's a great point. That is a really great point. If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.